Hey folks, Jerome Forestwood here. It's 3:09 p.m. on June 17, 2023 in Strathcona, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It is 20 degrees outside and a partly cloudy afternoon in the city. In this video I walked for 3.5 kilometers starting at McLean Park, then strolled east on Kiefer, south on Vernon, east on Venables, south on Commercial, ending my trek in Grandview-Woodland by Bus Bay 5 of Commercial Broadway SkyTrain Station. If you would like to support the channel, click the heart icon to send me a super thanks. To receive updates, follow me on Instagram at jforestwood. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, share it, and subscribe.
Hey you folks, Jerome Forestwood here. Just walking on Kiefer Street here. And walking to the Raymere Street Community Housing Complex. There is an election on right now, so you'll see NDP signs and BC United signs in the neighborhood, as well as a few other signs for some smaller parties. That would be for the provincial by-election that's happening in this neighborhood. And we're currently in the neighborhood of Strathcona. And we're crossing Campbell Ave. One street up, I just finished filming a video at the Strathcona Block Party, which is happening between 600 to 900 East Hastings Street. It's the second year of that event, so it was really good to see a really awesome turnout, because it's only going from 12 to 5 today, and there was plenty of people there for a new event like that, so really impressed. This is your classic social housing complex. It could use a little bit of shining up, but it does the job. At least it keeps roofs over people's heads. I'll be taking the Militant Mothers of Raymere overpass to cross the street. What a name, eh? So this would be Raymere Ave we're going to cross here. And this is the Militant Mothers of Raymere overpass. It says it on an official sign up there. And of course there's this sign over here too. I'll tell you the story as we're crossing. So over here you have the community housing complex. You need to remember that. Back in the day, there were several families that lived in that community housing complex, and they would have to cross the railroad tracks for crossing every day, and it would put kids at risk. is they'd have to cross the rail tracks to get over to their school, which is pretty much just across the street. And if I remember, we'll see the school. You can kind of see it right now. It's just over there. So it was putting them at danger. I think a kid might have gotten hurt too, which was terrible. So some mothers from the community housing complex on Raymore came on over and held a protest. And they put tents right on the railroad tracks. And they stopped the trains. And to get the trains running again and get them off of the track, the city had to agree to build this overpass. So this is the overpass that you're getting to see right now. And we're benefiting from crossing it.
Oh, I might have. That's also scary.
And other people are benefiting from crossing it. Including kids. So very, very cool. And this is the type of activism that I can get behind, because it's for a real practical purpose. To keep people safe.
Super nice.
And it really benefits the community. And it also connects the community together. So cool. So this is Kiefer Street we're on. And over here is the school. The school's been around since 1907, and it's called the Seymour Public School. This is a working class neighborhood with a lot of people that make some good money working with their hands. And you can see over here classic British Columbia architecture with separate buildings for different grades and different classes. Not what you'd see over in Ontario, where a lot of the school complexes are just one giant complex with different halls and spaces for classrooms and a gymnasium tapped in on the back. Over here in British Columbia, where you can go outside almost year round, it's a little different. Here's one of the community gardens for the school. Looks like they just finished growing some raspberries there. Very cool. And across the street you can see one of the election signs for the NDP, and that would be for Joan Phillip. And we'll cross the street here. This is Vernon Drive we're crossing. And if we walk down this way, you can see a little bit more of that school and why and how it was over here, and why the militant mothers needed to do what they needed to do. Because of course, in social housing, you'll generally have families that are just trying to figure out how to make ends meet. you know? They're not necessarily the richest people, and they don't have a lot of power. So when they do something like that, that's really brave. It's really nice to see. And empowering. This is one of the local Jamaican restaurants. This is Rise Up.
Yeah. And our lawn chairs.
It is one of the few places that you can get Jamaican patties in town. I think I might bring Bay over here. May has been hankering for some Jamaican patties. Here's Adirondack Street. You can see there's a bike pathway through there. We'll continue here on Vernon. And Vernon here brings you out to Venables. And the northern entrance into Commercial Drive, as well as the main stretch of Clark Drive. Just trying to give those moms some room for their strollers. And this would be Clark Drive. So this would be Venables and Clark. And we're in a fairly industrial area right now. But in and around this area is new restaurants and businesses that have popped up in the last few years. So they're not like brand new. and that's contributed to the area changing. Of course, it's also right next to, or real close to, the Commercial Drive neighborhood, full of restaurants and bars and shops that people go to, also known as the Drive. So after McLean Drive here, you'll see some of those restaurants, including one of the local breweries. But there's breweries also located all over inside of this neighborhood too, to the north of us. When I was over here last week, there was streams of people just walking up and down Venables and then down Commercial Drive, because there was the annual Italian Day Festival. I went live streamed there and also recorded a regular video, and you can check that out in the back catalog if you're interested. It was a really, really busy crowd. I'd say it was upwards of 5,000 to 10,000 people. Much different than a smaller street festival like the Do West Fest in Toronto, which would be considered one of the first major festivals in Toronto of the festival stretch of the year here in June. And is usually well frequented. So it just tells you this one was much larger. Much, much larger. So I was really surprised. Really surprised. So here is where we start coming to some of the more stores and restaurants. Here's a vintage clothing store right here. A Loose Change Apparel. So there's a bunch of different streetwear in there as well. But still, you got like KP's Auto Body Shop across the street. Still a bit of an industrial area. And then in front of us we got the East Vancouver Brewing Company, the local brewery in the neighborhood. And we're passing Uprising Bread, local bakeries in the neighborhood. They have an outside patio. So you can sit and relax and enjoy some baked goods. And we'll continue on Venables here. And here we are at Venables and Commercial Drive. Very, very cool. So you can come with me. I'm going to head on down Commercial Drive. There's the local food stop in front of us. If you do need money, there is an ATM in there for both cash and Bitcoin. So whatever you need. Some of the restaurants in the neighborhood on Commercial Drive do accept Bitcoin, so if that's your jam, maybe you're from out of town and that's what you're going to use, well, you can use it. You just got to look around and figure it out. I'll leave that up to you to figure out. So we'll walk south here on Commercial Drive, and I'm going to catch the number 99 back on over to home over at UBC and call it a day. Go back and see Bay. Bay's right now at home just chilling out. Doing what he's doing after working night shift. So we're crossing Parker, and then we'll continue on Commercial.
Are you going with her?
Just looking out for short people.
So we might be,
So continue walking south here on Commercial Drive.
That's amazing. That's Elton John.
I got
Passing Choices Market here over at the intersection of cool. I haven't seen one of those in a while. That just distracted me. We're over at Commercial and Napier right now. Here's the community health center in the neighborhood. Got the Reach Community Health Center. And it provides everything from urgent to primary care.
This was good.
And pedestrians have right away here, so we'll cross. Just walking past Grandview Park right now. On the other side is the local Havana Club. You can see there's lots of people out even for the midday. Very nice.
Let's just go this way.
And then there's Grandview Park right on over there. So we'll continue walking here. Just going to pass the ice drink cup truck. One of the little stands here. And over here, we're at the intersection of Commercial Drive and Charles. And the light's going to change pretty soon. So we'll cross. It's our turn now. Just passing Mum's the Word. Whoa, the patio is completely full of Mum's the Word. And there's people in the storefront there. Very, very cool. Velveteen Vintage has quite a few people inside of it. That would be one of the local thrift stores. When I'm talking thrift stores, I'm talking thrift clothing stores, or vintage clothing stores actually might be a better way to describe it. Yeah, of course, we'll pass a few Italian cafes as we go along, and restaurants, because this is also the area called Little Italy. That's why Italian Day was here last week, and 5,000 to 10,000 people were out here on the street. Like, here's one of the Italian restaurants right here. Pervito. Or no, that's Forno Divino. Yeah, we have right away here, so we'll cross. This is Kitchener Street we're crossing. I don't always get the names right. Try to correct myself if I make a mistake. But if you do notice something that I stumbled on, just politely let me know in the comments. Hey, that place over there, that was actually this. You just read it wrong or something like that. Fair enough. It always helps me do further justice for the local communities I'm visiting. Just to make sure that I get the name right. So it's appreciated if you do that. And a few people have, and it has been greatly appreciated. This would be the Charlatan right here. And it's got a lively patio too. Oh yeah, look at that. Lots of people. And we'll cross the street right here. This would be Grant Street we're crossing. And we do have right away because it is green. Grant runs on a little bit of a zigzag, so. That's why the light's there. Over here is the Dime Roadhouse. Just quietly sneaking by. Oh cool, look at this. Since it was Italian Day, somebody did some Nick graffiti over here at the heart and the Italian flag. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And we have right away here, so we'll cross this street. This would be Gravely Street we're crossing, and we'll continue south on Commercial Drive. Just passing the Aero Mercado Mall. This is a small little shopping complex. Just gonna keep talking here. This person's just innocently driving the car and enjoying the music. So that's my issue to deal with, and that's when you put the microphone closer to your mouth and you just keep talking. Looks like we'll have a little bit of too much noise over here, so it won't be a problem. This is the intersection of Commercial and East First Ave, and you can see that this is a major thoroughway here. It's our turn, so we'll go. Also has the colors of Little Italy on the crosswalk. Very cool. It's nice to see other painted crosswalks in other communities. There's also one for the local indigenous community down in the Marple area. So very, very, very cool. As I was informed by some of my viewers. And we're passing the Grandview Smoke Shop with the old Star Weekly tobacco sign over top of it. It does say Grandview Smoke Shop in the middle in small letters. Here's one of the local cannabis places, Kush Club. And we're passing Cafe Calabria, or Calabria. This is one of the local Italian restaurants. And I believe this is La Formaggio that we're passing, and Fraternelli. And that was 3 Italian restaurants or bakeries in a row. So you can see that presence here in the community. It was really strong. But of course, since 1961, this has become more of a diverse area, because that's when Canada started bringing in more people than just from the European area, including from Asia and Africa and the islands and all that stuff. So over time, it's become more of a Pan-Asian restaurant, or Pan-Asian community. Tongue twist. Sorry, folks. But a Pan-Asian community. So like if you see over here, you got Delhi's Indian, or Delhi Fusion, which is Indian. And then you have CT fried chicken over here, which I believe is Korean. Here's the Belgian Waffle House. And we'll continue walking, just passing Rhythm and Spice right now. One of the local Jamaican restaurants. So you've gotten to see 2 of the Jamaican restaurants in the neighborhood. And you can see also where the Jamaican diaspora collects in and around here in Vancouver. It's a small little community, but it has located itself over here in Commercial Drive, which is nice to see, because being from Toronto, I don't get many chances out here in Vancouver to enjoy the Jamaican food that I would eat on a regular basis when we lived in Toronto. So it's nice we can come out here and check out those restaurants. Of course, I haven't been to Rise Up yet, so I want to bring Bay over there now that I've reminded myself of it. I did know that it was here when I looked at where the Jamaican restaurants were in Vancouver, but of course you look that up and then one day you're not necessarily going to remember it for the next day. And we'll continue walking south here on Commercial Drive. And we're passing the Haramabe, which is an Ethiopian restaurant. So again, you can see that's where you get a mix of the Jamaican and African diaspora that come and coalesce together here on Commercial Drive and within the neighborhoods of Grandview-Woodland and Strathcona. And this would be the Royal Canadian Legion, Grandview, Collingwood, branch 179. And you can see other legions, like the one that's at the intersection of West Broadway and Alma Street. Over on the Kitsilano side of the border with West Point Grey. Up ahead here is the City Avenue Market, one of the better produce stores here in Vancouver. They are a chain. There's other city markets around Vancouver, including in Greektown on West Broadway in Kitsilano. Just remember, if you are going to shop for Vancouver produce, just like if you are shopping for anything, come on over. When you come on over, it's important that you remember to bring bags, because there's no plastic bags here. Some stores will offer some bags, but a lot of stores have just done away with the bags. So this would be Commercial and Grandview Highway, specifically the North Grandview Highway. I'm just going to cross here. Oh, cool. Oh, I got to show you this. So it's Pride Month right now. So someone came by and did some knit graffiti here too with the bride colors. Very cool. So we're at the intersection of Commercial and the North Grandview Highway, just like I was previously saying. It's our turn. The Expo Line SkyTrain's running above us right now as we walk under the tracks, and there goes one of them coming into the station. For as long as I've known about Vancouver, there's been people selling stuff at that corner. Wow. I'll keep walking here. I'm going to walk on over to the number 99 bus stop, which would be Bus Bay 5. And we're just passing Commercial Broadway Station right now. So you see restaurants like Megabyte and Narrated right here. This would be also the Complex 4 commercial Broadway station. And most of these bus stops, like this bus stop over here, is Bus Bay 3. So a lot of the bus bays are just out and on the streets. Of course, that's Bus Bay 4. Just really impressed with some of the artwork from some of our local buskers. Looks like we're in luck. Here comes the number 99 right now. And this would be Bus Bay 5 over here. I'm going to climb on in. So anyways, folks, thanks for coming along, and just remember to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Have a good day.